In this video, we're going to talk about Facebook pixels. So this is a really confusing topic for a lot of people. I know that we've already touched on it a bit throughout the course, but I wanted to make sure we covered the type of pixels, where to find them, where to put them, what to use them for, and to make sure everyone is really clear on the different kinds and different uses of Facebook pixels. They're very, very important for tracking and optimization and really scaling your Facebook ad campaigns. So definitely pay close attention to this video. There's also a resource below that outlines exactly what I'm talking about here in case you want to read and look at screenshots. Feel free to use both resources here. So if you aren't sure what a pixel is a tiny little snippet of code that you're going to place on a web page or on your website, and it's going to track users to that page or to that website. And it's going to collect data on the user, and it's going to make sure that you can retarget them in the future. So, the next lesson in this course is all about retargeting. So definitely make sure you listen to this talk about Facebook pixels. So there are two types of Facebook pixels. We have conversion pixels, and then we have a website custom audience pixel. So they're very different. I want to make sure that you understand the difference between the two and how to use them. So we have conversion pixels, and then we have one website custom audience pixel per ad account. So to get started with the conversion pixels, a conversion pixel is a snippet of code provided by Facebook. The code is placed on a specific web page. So when a user visits that specific web page, it triggers the pixel and counts it as a conversion. So we talked earlier in this lesson about, cost per action and conversions. This is the way we're going to track our Facebook ads. So keep in mind, a conversion pixel goes on one web page to trigger, the pixel will trigger, and that will count as a conversion. So I'm going to hop over into the ad account right now and show you exactly how to create a conversion pixel. So if you're in the ads manager, all of the conversion pixel fun happens under the conversion tracking tab. So once you click on the conversion tracking tab, you can see we've created tons of pixels at DM. You're going to click create pixel in the right-hand corner. And then you're going to select the type of action that you want to measure. And we'll go into this a little bit more here in a second. But for example, the first thing you might want to track is how many leads are generated when you're sending traffic to a landing page and asking them to opt in. So we would select leads here. And then maybe we're offering our Facebook ad templates. So we would name this Facebook ad templates lead or Facebook ad templates opt-in, however you want to go about naming a naming structure for your different offers. So we're going to create pixel, and this is going to give us, in just a second, okay, it's going to say you created a conversion tracking pixel. So you can either view the code. So if you want to go ahead and view the code, it gives you specific instructions right here on exactly what to do. And you're going to take this code and you're going to put it between the open head and closing head code on the web page that would signal that the action happened. So if someone's opting in, you would place this on the web page directly after they would opt in. You can also email this pixel code if you have, a developer, or if you don't want to deal with this, you can always get on Fiverr and email the pixel code to someone and have them install it for $5. So do not let this, semi-technical aspect stop you from using pixels. They're too important. But this is how you create a pixel. make sure that the pixel is on the page that signals that the action did occur. And once you do so, go to that page, refresh it a few times, and then come back here and refresh this page and make sure that that the pixel is reporting back as active. Once you see that the pixel is active, you are good to go. So all of your conversion pixels live right here under conversion tracking, and you're going to click create pixel to create your pixel. So conversion pixels can be used for a few different things. Number one is tracking, and number two is optimization. And I'm going to show you how you can use the conversion pixels for both reasons, tracking or optimization. So first, let's talk about tracking. So let's say you place a conversion pixel on your thank you page. So again, it depends on what offer you're running, guys. So say that you're asking people to sign up for a webinar, and once they sign up, they go to a webinar thank you page. So the only way someone could reach that page is if they signed up for the webinar or if they bought the product. So by placing the tracking pixel on that page, you can count how many people have actually visited the page, and therefore how many sales or leads or signups you've actually generated from each of your Facebook ads, which is very, very important. But if you want to track multiple actions, right? So say you're, asking them to opt in, and then on the next page, you're, asking them to buy a $7 product. So you have multiple actions. Someone could opt in, buy a $7 product, maybe buy a $40 product. You're taking them through a marketing funnel. If you want to track multiple actions, it gets a little more complicated, but it's totally doable in Facebook. So let's look at it. Let's look at this graphic here. And these are terms that we use at Digital Marketer to talk about a marketing funnel. But, this first page on the left would be the lead magnet landing page. So once they opted in there, they would land on the Tripwire sales page. So that's where you would place a pixel that designates, that you have generated a lead. Then you would take them to another offer, a thank you page. So what I'm trying to teach you is that you can put a pixel on each of these pages to track different actions. So if you look at pixel A and you had pixel A on that first lead magnet landing page, you could track everyone who landed on that page. So you could track web page visits or, key views there. So that pixel would tell you how many people have actually landed on the page. Pixel B would show you how many people actually opted in on that page, how many people actually submitted their email address, because they would only land on that next page if they did so. Pixel C would designate that they actually bought on that sales page, because the only way they would land on the page where Pixel C is located is if they bought. So you see how this is working and how you can track multiple actions within a marketing funnel. You just place different pixels on each page that you want to track, that tells you that there was a successful action occurring. So a quick little hack, because Facebook doesn't necessarily make this totally easy. When you go to create, say you need 5 different pixels, or you need pixel A, B, C, D, and E, just like I showed here on this image. So here you would actually have to use a different category for each of these pixels when you're setting up your conversion pixels. Facebook just hasn't necessarily figured out how to track the multiple steps with one type of pixel. So we just need to select a different category for each pixel. So say we make pixel A key page view, and pixel B would be for leads, and pixel C would be for checkout, et cetera, et cetera. just make sure you're choosing different categories for each of these pixels if you're using them within one marketing funnel. The reason you want to do this is because when you get into your ad reports, which I'll show you in a later video here in this lesson, you're going to select the different actions, which, the different categories here. You'll select those in the reporting. So make sure when you assign your pixels to, checkouts or registration leads, that, okay, a lead means they actually opted in, in case you're having to use a category that doesn't really match what the actual action is. Make sure you document that. Because once you get to the ad reporting and you select these different categories, you can actually see from one ad and from one demographic, one age group, one placement. We generated 6,500 leads and we sold 678 $7 offers. So by using this quick hack, which is a little bit more advanced, do not feel like you have to do this. You can use Google Analytics or another kind of tracking platform if you please. But if you do want to get more advanced and do this, full funnel tracking so that you can look in your Facebook reports and see, which demographics and which placements are actually performing, this is the way to go. And again, we'll cover this again in the tracking video. But look at how powerful this is to see how many leads and how many checkouts actually occur for a specific action. So like I said, you can see which ads, demographics, and placements are actually performing. So now let's talk about optimization, right? So we just covered how you can use conversion pixels for tracking. So you can also use conversion pixels for optimization. So basically this means you're using the pixels to tell the platform exactly what you want. You're using them to optimize your ads. You're using the Facebook pixels because when you do and when you use the pixel to tell Facebook exactly what you want, you're going to get better results. So for example, we're going to optimize for this second pixel. And we covered this in the lesson that talks about the different Facebook objectives, or the video that talks about the different Facebook objectives. But I just want to reiterate here. So if we want to optimize for leads, which again, you would do so when you're setting up your campaign, you put in the URL for your landing page and you select the pixel that you want to optimize for. And we would only optimize for an easy action, something like generating a lead or a webinar sign up. You wouldn't optimize for a sale because it doesn't happen often enough for Facebook to know, hey, we're doing a good job. Go after more people, just like the people that are converting on this pixel. So make sure it's an easy action that's going to happen frequently, or it will really stunt your campaign. But you want to optimize for example, they're going to land on the lead magnet landing page like we talked about. If they opt in, that next page, that's the pixel we want to optimize for. And that's really how you can use these conversion pixels for not only tracking, but also optimization. So you might think, Molly, okay, I put pixel B, I put that on that web page, and I already used it for tracking. That's okay. You can still assign that same pixel over here whenever you're setting up your ad for optimization too. So don't put more than one conversion pixel on the same page. Just put one conversion pixel, name it properly, and you can use it across the board. There's also another benefit to optimizing for a pixel. You're actually collecting data on all of the people who are hitting that pixel. And we'll cover this later in the scaling your ads video. But that's a really big benefit of using these pixels for optimization. You're actually, and the pixels for tracking too. You are collecting data on the people that are hitting these pixels. So in the future, we can create audiences based off of their data and do a bunch of cool stuff for scale. So now let's talk about your website conversion pixel. So we just talked about conversion pixels, and we talked about how to use them for tracking and how to use them for optimization. Now we're going to talk about your website conversion pixel. So you only have one website custom audience pixel per account. You only have one website custom audience pixel per account. This can go on multiple websites, but keep in mind that there's only one pixel per account. It should be placed in the head template of your site or manually to every page. It's totally up to you. Here's a URL you can visit where Facebook has outlined, and they keep this page updated, exactly how to install this website custom audience pixel. So developers.facebook.com/docs/websites/website-custom-audiences/getting-started. So sorry for the long URL, but I want to make sure you have that resource so that you know exactly where to put this website custom audience pixel. And keep in mind, it only goes on your website once. So you either put the pixel in the head template that applies across all pages, or you need to put it on each page individually. So once you have the pixel installed on your site, you create multiple audiences based off of that pixel. So where you're creating different conversion pixels every time you need one, website custom audiences are different. It's one pixel, but you're creating multiple audiences. And I'll show you exactly what I mean. And the purpose of website custom audiences, it's all for retargeting, which the next lesson in its entirety is all about retargeting. So this pixel will create custom audiences of people who visited your website from any traffic source. So we think about the website traffic, and when you're running, you're running traffic to cold audiences to pixel them, you can create audiences of those people on Facebook. And that's where website custom audiences become very, very powerful. You can also do cool stuff like create audiences of people who have visited your entire site as a whole. You can create audiences of people who have visited URLs with specific keywords only. You can create audiences of people who haven't visited your site in a certain amount of time. You can create audiences of people who have visited specific web pages, but haven't visited other web pages. So there's lots of combinations. It creates for some really cool retargeting options that we're going to talk about in the next lesson. I just want to make sure that you get the pixel on your site. If you do have a site and if you do have traffic, get that pixel on there now so that we can start building those audiences and really taking advantage of everything that website custom audiences has to offer. So I'm going to show you really quick where to find the website custom audience pixel in your ads manager. So that's going to happen here in the audiences tab on the left-hand side. So once you visit the audiences tab, you're going to click create audience, custom audience, website traffic. If you have visited before, you're going to click down here and view pixel code. If you haven't, it'll go ahead and pop the pixel code up for you. But this is very similar to the conversion pixel code. So you can also send this code to your website developer. But this is going to go in the head template, or it's going to go on every single page of your site. And it's just going to go there once. You leave it and you're done. Once the code is installed, then we come back up here and we create audiences, anyone who visits your site. I want everyone who's hit digitalmarketer.com in the past 30 days. And I'm going to call this digitalmarketer.com 30 days. Facebook's going to pull everyone who has hit digitalmarketer.com in the past 30 days. So we'll get into more specifics on creating these dynamic audiences in the next lesson about retargeting. But I really hope you guys understand the difference between conversion pixels, your website custom audience pixel, and the benefits of both. If you need more information, please check out the Facebook Pixels resource below. There's also more information at facebook.com/blueprint.